In this video, we'll be taking a look at two NBA games happening on October 29, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these two NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Philadelphia 76ers versus Chicago Bulls. The Philadelphia 76ers visit the Windy City on Saturday and conclude a back-to-back when playing the Chicago Bulls after playing on the road Friday night against the Toronto Raptors. Philadelphia is a disappointing 1-4 after losing to Toronto in the first of 2 consecutive games, with the Raptors 119-109 on Wednesday. Chicago also completes a back-to-back on Saturday when hosting Philadelphia after playing on the road against the San Antonio Spurs on Friday night. Chicago is 3-2 and defeated the Indiana Pacers 124-109 on Wednesday behind 28 points from Zach LaVine. The Philadelphia 76ers have yet to hit their stride this season, but they've won 2 of their last 3 games, and they will be eager to stay hot after blowing past the Raptors in a 112-90 road win last night. Tyrese Maxey drained 9 3-pointers to lead the team with a career-high 44 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists on 15 of 20 shooting. Tobias Harris and D'Anthony Melton each scored 13 points, while James Harden chipped in with 11 points. As a team, the 76ers shot 52% from the field and 16 of 38 from the 3-point line as they took control of the contest with a 37-point explosion in the second quarter before pulling away behind their defense as they held the Raptors to just 20 points in the fourth quarter to make it a blowout. Philadelphia are averaging 108.5 points on 48% shooting and allowing 107.5 points on 46.6% shooting. The 76ers are shooting 38.3% from beyond the arc and 81.9% from the free throw line. The Philadelphia 76ers are allowing 33.2% shooting from deep and are grabbing 38.2 rebounds per game. Meanwhile, the Chicago Bulls have been in decent shape as they've split their first 6 games, but they are aiming to bounce back now after coming up short against the Spurs in a 129-124 road loss last night. DeMar DeRozan led the way with 33 points on 11 of 20 shooting. Kobe White added 19 points, while Andre Drummond chipped in with 17 points, 14 rebounds, and 3 steals off the bench. As a team, the Bulls shot 47% from the field and 9 of 27 from the 3-point line, but they suffered another slow start and had no answers for the Spurs' balanced offense, which had 7 players finish in double figures in scoring. The Bulls are averaging 113 points on 45.4% shooting and allowing 113 points on 47.6% shooting. Chicago is shooting 36.5% from beyond the arc and 83.6% from the free throw line. The Chicago Bulls are allowing 42.5% shooting from deep and are grabbing 44.2 rebounds per game. Looking at the betting trends, the 76ers are 3-14-1 against the spread in their last 18 road games, 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games against a team with a winning record, and 1-6 against the spread in their last 7 games overall. The Bulls are 2-7 against the spread in their last 9 home games, 3-1 against the spread in their last 5 games against a team with a losing record, and 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games playing on 0 days rest. Head-to-head, the over is 10-3 in the last 13 meetings in Chicago. The 76ers are 10-1 against the spread in the last 11 meetings overall, and the 76ers are 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 meetings in Chicago. Even though the Chicago Bulls are playing without their point guard Lonzo Ball, DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine have stepped up, as the two are averaging a combined 48 points and 9.1 assists per game. Chicago has covered the spread in 3 of its last 5 games overall, while Philadelphia has failed to cover the spread in 6 of its last 7, and dating back to last season, Philadelphia has failed to cover the spread in 15 of the last 18 played on the road. The 76ers are struggling to put the ball in the net, averaging only 108 points per game, which is 27th, and Philadelphia is getting fewer second-look opportunities, as the 76ers are averaging only 6.6 offensive rebounds per game. Chicago, on the other hand, is averaging 11 offensive boards per game, which gives the Bulls an average of more than 4 more second looks per game than the 76ers. With With both teams on the end of a back-to-back, it usually favors the home team, and the Chicago Bulls have played the better basketball up to this point anyway. The Philadelphia 76ers continue to show issues on the defensive side, and a win over the Raptors last night doesn't make everything well and sweet. It's also a rough traveling spot for the 76ers, with them trying to get out of Canada to come to Chicago. So the Chicago Bulls to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Philadelphia and Chicago have seen the total finish under more often than not to start this season, with Philadelphia having the total finish under in 3 of its first 5 games, and Chicago has seen the total finish under in 3 of the last 4. The total has finished under in 5 of Philadelphia's last 7 overall and in 8 of Chicago's last 10. Philadelphia is 26th in scoring with an average of only 108 points per game, and Chicago is 20th with an average of 111 points per game, while the Bulls are the 8th best in points allowed at 110 points per game. Not only is Embiid banged up, but this is the back end of a back-to-back, so the team could opt to rest him in this game. The 76ers have been one of the most disappointing offensive teams in the NBA through the first week plus of the season, as their role players are not providing enough support for Embiid and Harden. Chicago has 2 great scorers, but it also ranks in the bottom third of the league in scoring. Both teams are strong defensively, making this an easy selection. I am fading Philadelphia's offense every way that I can on Saturday night. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Atlanta Hawks versus Milwaukee Bucks. The Atlanta Hawks head to Milwaukee to play the Bucks on Saturday. Atlanta will be on the second half of a back-to-back as they play the Pistons in Detroit on Friday night, with this being written before that game. Milwaukee, meanwhile, is also on a back-to-back as they play the Knicks at home on Friday. The Atlanta Hawks have been in great shape as they've won 4 of their first 5 games, and they will be aiming for a 3rd straight victory after last night's 136-112 road win over the lowly Pistons. Trae Young led the way with 36 points and 12 assists. DeJounte Murray added 26 points and 5 assists, while Aaron Holiday chipped in with 14 points on 5 of 6 shooting off the bench. As a team, the Hawks shot a healthy 56% from the field and 12 of 29 from the three-point line as they went back and forth with the pesky Pistons in a tight contest until they took over and dominated the second half by 67-45 to make it look easy in the end. The Atlanta Hawks are averaging 113 points on 46.3% shooting and allowing 111 points on 45.7% shooting. The Atlanta Hawks are shooting 31.9% from beyond the arc and 83.9% from the free throw line. The Atlanta Hawks are allowing 33.1% shooting from deep and are grabbing 43.8 rebounds per game. Meanwhile, the Milwaukee Bucks have been the hottest team in the league as they are still undefeated after 4 games, and they look great in their 119-108 win over the Knicks last night. Giannis Antetokounmpo led the way with 30 points, 14 rebounds, and 9 assists. Grayson Allen added 17 points. Jrue Holiday scored 16 points with 6 assists, while Brook Lopez chipped in with 14 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 blocks. As a team, the Bucks shot just 38% from the field and 13 of 45 from the three-point line as they took control of the game with 37 points in the third quarter, which was enough to hold off the Knicks, who rallied late. It wasn't the best shooting night from the Bucks, but they grabbed 19 offensive rebounds and committed just 6 turnovers. Milwaukee is averaging 108 points on 47.1% shooting and allowing 97 points on 40.5% shooting. The Bucks are shooting 35.8% from beyond the arc and 68.8% from the free throw line. The Milwaukee Bucks are allowing 31.8% shooting from deep and are grabbing 49.7 rebounds per game. Looking at the betting trends, the Hawks are 7-18 against the spread in their last 25 road games and 8-17 against the spread in their last 25 games against a team above .600. The Bucks are 5-12 against the spread in their last 17 games playing on 0 days rest and 3-7-1 against the spread in their last 11 home games. Head-to-head, the Hawks are 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 meetings in Milwaukee. Early in the NBA season, the first few weeks are about figuring out what every team has and what they are. Along with that, back-to-backs early on are interesting as players are still getting their legs going, so players may not play a ton as usual. However, in this spot, I do like the Bucks given that both their back-to-back games are at home while Atlanta will have to play Detroit. and then travel to Wisconsin, which the extra travel does add up. Along with that, the Hawks' defense has struggled out of the gate, but they have been bailed out by their offense. Yet, Milwaukee has a stingy defense. Again, both teams are on the end of a back-to-back, which usually favors the home team. Third straight road game for the Atlanta Hawks, and to be honest, they haven't quite had the toughest schedule in the world through these first 5 games. Even with a couple of key players out, the Milwaukee Bucks are downright rolling at both ends of the floor, and it's hard to step in front of them when they're in this sort of form. This should be a cracker of a game as both teams are coming into this game with winning momentum and there aren't any injuries to key players to spoil the party. The Hawks have yet to be truly tested as they've yet to face a playoff-bound team, so I'll lean towards the undefeated Bucks who have already beaten the 76ers and Nets so far. This should be a close one, but the Bucks should be good enough to take care of business at home. The line is also more than reasonable, so the Milwaukee Bucks to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. With back-to-backs, the pace of play and tempo will likely be slower. As well, the starters likely won't play as many minutes as they usually do, which will also lead to fewer points scored here. So far, Atlanta is 2-2 in hitting the under, while Milwaukee is 2-1 in hitting the under to begin the year. In the Bucks' 3 games, they are averaging 206 points per game, and Milwaukee plays at a pace of 101, which ranks 15th, while Atlanta plays at a pace of 104.1, which ranks 8th. Yet on the back-to-back, expect that to be slower. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.